Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this look. It's a glam makeup look and I used the Too Faced chocolate bar palette. So if you'd like to see how I achieved this, then please just keep on watching and I hope you enjoy. So to start off, I'm going to be priming my eyelids. I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Primer, and this is in the shade Nude. So I'm just popping that on my eyelids and blending that in with my fingers. Using the Too Faced chocolate bar palette, I'm going to take the shade White Chocolate, which is just a white matte shade, and set that primer in place. Next, I'm taking the shade Salted Caramel, which is just a orangey browny matte eyeshadow, and I'm just buffing that into the creases of my eyes. To deepen up that crease area, I'm just going to use the shade Milk Chocolate, which is just a darker matte brown shade, on a more smaller crease brush. Then I'm taking a clean blending brush and just blending that all together so there are no harsh lines. Then I moved on to the shade Semi Sweet, which is again a darker matte brown shade, and again I used a smaller crease brush to apply this to my eyelids. To blend all of those eyeshadows together, I used the same fluffy brush that I used when I was applying Salted Caramel. To deepen up the outer corners of my eyes, I'm using the shade Triple Fudge, and this is just a cool toned dark brown shade. So I'm just popping that on the outer corners to deepen up those areas. Next, I'm using that same blending brush that I have used previously and just blending the darkness into the lighter parts, just so there are no harsh lines and it all blends together. I'm spraying a flat eyeshadow brush with MAC Fix Plus just so the colour of this eyeshadow is more pigmented and looks more sparkly, and the colour that I'm using is called Creme Brulee, and this has to be my favourite eyeshadow from this palette. It is so pigmented, and with Fix Plus it just looks even more amazing. Time for the last little bit of blending, and then taking Salted Caramel on the same big fluffy blending brush and just blending away any harsh lines that I see. One last time I'm taking Triple Fudge and just popping that on the outer corners again, as when I was blending it kind of faded, so I'm just making it a little bit more pigmented. Now onto the base makeup. I'm going to be using MAC Prep and Prime Primer. I've recently just got this and I'm really loving it. I've also put it in my kit because I like it that much. So yeah, I'm just dotting that onto my skin and smoothing it over my face. For foundation, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal True Match foundations. I'm mixing two, so the first shade is Vanilla Rose and then the second shade is Beige. So I'm just mixing those two together as I have got a little bit of a tan, so my normal shade is too light. So I'm just mixing in a little bit of a darker shade to get the perfect shade for my skin. So I'm just dotting that on my skin and then blending in with a foundation brush. I'm using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Porcelain to highlight underneath my eyes, my forehead, nose, a little bit of my cupid's bow and chin. I'm then just using a foundation brush to blend all of that concealer in. I'm then taking two other shades of the LA Girl Pro Concealers to cream contour. So the shades that I used were Medium Beige and Toast, because Medium Beige is a little bit too light for me now that I have a little bit of a tan, and Toast is far too dark for me. So just mixing them both together made a really nice colour to cream contour. And of course I'm then just blending all of that in with a foundation brush. To set my highlight in place, I'm going to be using the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in Translucent. So I'm just going over everywhere where I put the lighter concealer shade. And to set the darker concealer shades in place, I'm going to be using MAC's Blush in Harmony. Yes, it's a blusher, but I like to use it to contour and like warm up my skin tone. It's a beautiful shade. So yeah, that's the shade that I'm using to set my cream contour in place. For blusher, I'm using Sleek's blush in the shade Coral 933. So I'm just popping that on the apples of my cheeks. And for highlight, I'm using MAC's Soft and Gentle Powder. This is absolutely amazing. It's my newfound love. I love it so much. So I'm basically popping that on the tops of my cheekbones, cupid's bow, tip of my nose, forehead, and pretty much everywhere. For my brows, I'm using Benefit's new brow pencil, which is called Goof Proof brow pencil, and I'm in the shade 3 for this. So I'm basically just filling in my eyebrows and making them more defined. Then I'm going over them with Gimme Brow just to set them in place and add a bit more volume to my brows, and I'm also in the shade 3 for this as well. To finish up with the eyes, I'm going to be highlighting my brow bones with the matte white shade, which is called White Chocolate. The mascara that I used today was the Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill mascara, which is fabulous. It literally makes my eyelashes so long and fluttery and almost makes them look false. To make my eyes look a little bit more dark and smokier, I'm taking the Benefit They're Real push-up liner and just popping that on my waterlines. Then I'm popping that mascara I used on my top lashes onto my bottom ones. To highlight the inner corners of my eyes, I'm going to be using MAC's Soft and Gentle powder. And the last step for eyes is falsies. I'm using the Red Cherry number 107s. Then I'm going to be lining my lips using Gosh's lip liner in 006 Angel Kiss. This is a really nice nude one. It goes on really creamy. It doesn't drag on my lips or anything. These lip liners are amazing. And the main lip colour I decided to go for was this MAC liquid lipstick in the shade Lady Be Good. That's this makeup tutorial complete. I really hope you enjoyed it. Give it a big thumbs up if you did, and please subscribe if you haven't already, as I am so close to 11,000, which is crazy. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!